Hello, dear students. Good morning to all of you. In last video, we have seen about rectifiers, half wave rectifier, full wave bridge rectifier, their circuit diagram, operations and applications. And after that, we will go for the transistors. This video brings you the part 1 of the transistors, and then we will go for the part 2 of the transistor. Here I am Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Today is 24th August and we will be starting with 3 terminal devices, transistors. Before that, we have also seen 2 terminal component, diode, PN junction diode, its theory, operation, etc. And later on the applications of diode, rectifiers, etc. Let us go for the transistors. Here is the introduction of the transistor. What is the transistor? Transistor, the first solid state device discussed was the 2-element semiconductor diode that we have already seen. The next device on our list is even more unique. Not only has the one more element that can the diode, but it can amplify as well. Semiconductor devices that we have 3 or more elements are called transistors. The term transistor was derived from the word transfer and resistance. So here is the definition of the transistor. What is actually transistor? This word contains 2 words. This from the transfer of electrons or transfer of current through a resistor. So this ester is taken from the resistor and this is from transfer. And this word is formed called as the transistor. The term was adopted because it best describes the operation of the transistor. The transfer of an input signal current from a low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. Transfer of current from input through low resistance to high resistance, that is through resistor, is called as a transistor. So this is the basic word derived from this statement. The 3 elements of the 2 junction transistors are, actually this transistor is of 2 junction, while diode was with a 1 junction, PN junction. Either it may be silicon type or it may be germanium type. Similarly, this transistor has the 2 PN junctions, 2 diodes equivalently you can say, but physically you cannot form by connection the 2 diodes. It is only fabricated due to its area. These 3 terminals are emitter, base and collector. The emitter which gives off or emits current carriers. Either this may be electrons or this may be holes, depending upon the type of the transistor. The base which controls the flow of the carriers, current carriers, and the collector which collects the current carrier. So these are the 3 terminal: emitter, base and collector. Transistors are the processes devices. You can see the symbol of this transistor. Here, this is the emitter, arrow terminal is shown as the emitter terminal. This terminal is the base terminal and this terminal is the collector terminal. Emitter, base and collector. Transistor have three terminals that we have seen: emitter, base, collector. This is shown here. You can see emitter, base and collector. And the family of transistor. This is the flow graph here of the family of transistor. Classification: BJT and FET. This is called as bipolar junction transistor, while this is the field effect transistor or unijunction transistor. It has only a one channel. Junction is called a channel here, and here it is a junction. These two types of transistors are there, either PNP or this is NPN. P positive, N negative. PNP, NPN. Emitter base collector or emitter base collector. Emitter is P type, base is N type and collector is P type. While here emitter is N type, base is P type and N type is the collector. While in case of the FET transistor, FET transistor, JFET, junction field effect transistor, and MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, MOSFET. In JFET, either it is N channel type or P channel type, and in MOSFET, either it is depletion type or enhancement type. It is called as D MOSFET, it is E MOSFET. So this is the family of the transistors, and nowadays most of the circuit uses this FET, MOSFET type transistors. This is the transistor block diagram. You can see here. This is P N junction. This is NPN type transistor. This is the emitter side. This is collector, and this red zone is the base zone. And in between this N and P type there is a one junction. This is PN junction, and in between this P and N this is one more junction. This is also PN junction. So these two are the junctions and three terminals. So this transistor is a three terminal and two junction device. This is PNP type. This is one PN junction. This is another PN junction. Emitter, base and collector. So these are the two types of basically are the transistors. Either NPN or it is PNP. This is the construction of a transistor. You can see these diagrams. A, B, C, three diagrams are there. This is the N type transistor. This is base here. This is emitter section. This is collector section. Emitter section is heavily doped and collector section is also heavily doped as compared to the emitter. A little less concentration is there of doping agent, while in base is the very thin area where very less concentration of the doping is there. This PN junction is formed with this pentavalent impurity and trivalent impurity. Similarly, this is trivalent and this is pentavalent. And these are shown here in diagram B: emitter, base and collector. So this base is shown with this terminal, this emitter is shown with this terminal, and this collector is shown with this terminal, and this is the symbol. And if this is NPN transistor, the arrow of the emitter is outwards, which indicates the flow of the current from emitter to collector. This is arrow is outside of this one. While in case of PNP, the same construction is there, but the arrow of the emitter is towards the inside, flow of the current to the emitter. So this is the PNP transistor, and this is the symbol of the PNP transistor. This is NPN transistor, arrow is outside, and this is PNP transistor, arrow is inside. So this is the diagram of a transistor. We will see some little theory of the transistor also. NPN transistor, operation of NPN transistor. Just as in the case of PN junction diode, The N material comprising the two end sections of the NP-N transistors. It contains a number of free electrons, while the center P section contains an excess number of holes. That is, base region having the majority charge carrier holes, while emitter region is the majority charge carrier or electrons, and collector is also the majority of charge carrier electrons, emitter, base, collector. And this is the diagram of the NPN transistor. Arrow is outside. This is collector, this is emitter, and this battery is connected between base and emitter. This is called as forward bias. N is connected to negative of the battery, and this P is connected to positive of the battery. NPN transistor. This is NPN transistor. This is the base and this is emitter, where this battery is connected in such a way that this PN junction is forward bias. Base and emitter junction is forward bias. So this is the connection of the transistor. The emitter, which is the first letter in the NPN sequence, is connected to the negative side of the battery, while the base, which is the second letter NPN, in which it is connected to the positive side. However, since the second PN junction is required to be reverse bias for proper transistor operation, the collector must be connected to an opposite polarity voltage, positive, than that indicated by its later designation. The voltage on the collector must also be more positive than the base, as shown below. You can see here, this is the collector, and this is N type is connected to the positive of the battery, and this emitter is N type is connected to the negative of the battery. So this collector junction becomes the reverse bias. This junction becomes the reverse bias, while this junction becomes the forward bias. Emitter base junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias. And this is the connection diagram. This is the emitter. Here negative is connected here and positive is connected here. This is positive and this is negative. So this junction is forward bias, while this junction is reverse bias. Base collector junction is reverse bias. So this is the connection diagram of the transistor. Here open circuited transistor, you can see the diagram. Consider the transistor with no external biasing voltage. At present we are not connecting to the battery. Then this is the emitter junction, this is the collector junction, and this is the emitter is P type while collector is P type, PNP, and this base is N type, and this is the potential V here. This V0 is the base potential shown here, junction potential or potential barrier at the junction. Similarly, this is emitter is P type, collector is N type, and this is the base is N type. This minority carrier concentration is shown here, and this is the majority carrier concentration shown here. Looks like a similar type of diagram, but after connecting it will be changes in the operation. Under the open circuit condition, the minority carrier concentration in each section of transistor is constant and is equal to the thermal equilibrium value. Thus, N-type base has minority carrier concentration of PNO. PNO stands for the N-type base having the minority carrier positively charged holes, and this is PNO, while P-type emitter and collector regions have minority charge carriers are the electrons. Concentration, minority charge concentration is the electrons. This is NPO. This is minority charge carrier. And now bipolar junction transistor have 5 distinct regions of operation. defined mostly by applied bias. So as we have seen, the base to emitter junction is normally connected to forward bias as a forward bias, and base to collector junction as the reverse bias for the normal operation of the transistor. According to this connection, we have seen forward and reverse bias, base to emitter and base to collector junction. But if we change the biasing, what will be the operations of the transistor? These are called as the region of operations. One is the forward active, or it is called as simply active region of transistor. There are three basically regions: active region, saturation region, and cutoff region. These are the three basically the region of operation. We can add two more regions called as the reverse active, inverse active region, and avalanche breakdown region. So what is the active region? Active region is the region where both junctions are forward bias, that is emitter junction as well as the collector junction. Base to emitter junction and base to collector junction, both are forward bias. Base to emitter junction is forward bias and base to collector junction is reverse bias. It's called as the active region, where the transistor will be active and works as a normal amplifier type transistor. Once again, this what is forward region? Forward active region is the region where emitter base junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias. And saturation region, where both the junctions are forward bias. In saturation region, base to emitter junction is forward bias as well as base to collector junction is also forward bias. This is called as saturation mode, and it facilitates high current conduction from the emitter to the collector. High current conduction from emitter to the collector, right? And then the cutoff region. In cutoff biasing conditions, opposite of saturation, both junctions are reverse bias. Base to emitter junction is also reverse bias and base to collector junction is reverse bias. So there is a very little current flows which corresponds to a logical off or open switch. In cutoff region, we can say it will be act as an off switch. In forward active region or active region, the base to emitter is forward bias, base to collector is reverse bias. It will be work as a on switch and it will be work like not on switch, it will be work like an amplifier. And in saturation, it will be work like a on switch. Both the junctions are forward bias, base to emitter as well as base to collector. While in case of reverse active, base to emitter junction is reverse bias and the base to collector junction is forward bias. This is called as the reverse active junction, where inverse amplifier can be used. In this mode, the emitter and collector regions switch the roles. And the last one is the avalanche breakdown region. Like the avalanche in region, the transistor junction works like the diode where avalanche breakdown occurs. So these are the operation of the transistor regions, and hence these operations are must. Basically, three operations are very important: active region, saturation region, and cutoff region. Three region of transistors are important. So, dear students, today we have learned the basic knowledge of the transistor. What is transistor? What are the junctions of the transistor? And what are the terminals of the transistor? What are the roles of the three different terminals of the transistor and two junctions? And biasing of a transistor. How the transistor is biased properly. Whether it is forward, one junction is forward bias, another junction is reverse bias, or vice versa, or both junction reverse bias, or both junctions forward bias. So this is the operation, region of operation of a transistor. And using this region, we can decide the role of transistors, in which condition we can use the transistor. We apply the proper biasing voltage to the transistor with a resistances and capacitors, whatever may be in the circuit. Later on we will see, and we can operate the transistor. Okay, now next time we will go for the part 2 of the transistor. Thank you very much for listening this video, and I request you to go through the details of the transistor through the books of electronics or the notes provided by me. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. We will meet in next video. Thank you very much.